All right, there we go. All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Y'all already know who it is. It's your girl, Ash, your favorite girl from the 504, baby. How y'all feeling today? Happy Wednesday. It is hump day, y'all. We are 2 days away from the weekend, and I can't wait. I'm already ready for Friday. But anyway, I just want to jump on tonight. Y'all know I'm doing another episode, but I'm excited to be doing another episode tonight. Mm, Tonight is gonna get a little juicy. I don't know. Um, I've been kind of sitting back, weighing a little heavy about this topic, but I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and jump into it because everybody been talking about it. Um, but that first date list in that Cheesecake Factory lady, girl, 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 girl. But anyway, but y'all know what I do every time I start a new episode. Y'all know I always have to check in, do my mental health check-ins. I gotta know how y'all are feeling. Y'all drop in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling mentally. I know I just saw y'all yesterday. I know I asked that question yesterday, but moods change, feelings change from day to day. You don't wake up the same way every day. You know, yesterday you may have woke up in a good mood. Today you may have woke up and just ain't just wasn't in a really good mood. But I always have to do my mental health check-ins. Y'all know I always play something that's encouraging, something that's inspiring, something to uplift you to make sure that whatever it is that you're going through, you get through it. So here we go. And then we're gonna jump into tonight's conversation.
When everybody is against you or don't believe in you no more. It's a lonely feeling. Oh, it hurts very badly. I know what that's like. They look at you with that look and say, why don't you try something else? Why don't you give up?
Get away from these people that's in your life that ain't doing nothing. Get away from people in your life that's hating. Get away from them. Get away from them. If you take an oak tree seed and you put it in a 2-foot pot, that seed will never become the...
What do you do when it seems like suffering won't stop? What do you do when it feels like your pain doesn't have a point? What does it do when it feels like your weaknesses continue to worsen?
Maybe you've taken a knockdown concerning your finances lately. Maybe it's with your kids, maybe with your marriage, maybe with your health, maybe some other arena of life. You're laying on the mat, gasping, and you don't know what you're going to do.
People ask you how you are, and you say fine, but you're not fine, and they'll never know that.
We're people. We're people, and we struggle, and we suffer, and we bleed, and we cry. And if you think that true strength means never showing any weakness, then I'm here to tell you, you're wrong. You're wrong because it's the opposite.
You're gonna get depressed sometimes. You're gonna have weeks where you don't feel like eating, where gravity is working overtime like it's afraid of getting laid off and you can barely lift your fork to your mouth, and you are going to have a choice.
You have a choice to either give up or keep going. Give up or get up.
It's like you have to save your own life. Nobody's gonna be able to save it for you. So we have to do what we have to do, no matter what it is.
We all struggle. We all know what it is to hurt. We all know what it is to have pain in our heart. And you know what? It's okay. That's just a part of life. As much as I hate some of the parts of my life depression has dragged me down to, in a lot of ways I'm grateful for it. Because yeah, it's put me in the valleys, but only to show me there's peaks. And yeah, it's dragged me through the dark, but only to remind me there's light.
Life is not always good. Life is not always rosy. Life is worth living. When you fail, try again. And again. And again.
Hold on to that fundamental quality of faith. Have faith. that on the other side of your pain is something good.
I believe that this is your beginning, but this doesn't have to be your end. That just because you are currently here, this is your present circumstances, that life don't have to end for you right now. This might be a page in your life. It might even be a chapter in your life, but it ain't the book, baby. You are not finished writing yet, so I need you to get busy living. Are you hearing me? I need you to get busy living. There is still time. As long as there's breath in your nostrils, as long as you can wake up in the morning, you still in the game, which means if you're in the game and there's still time in the game, still time left in the game, you can still win the game.
The last chapter of your story has not been written yet. The fact that you're here today is a testament to the fact that the devil hasn't been able to destroy you.
You're in the darkest place in your life right now. You're at the darkest place in your life right now. Hold on. Don't give up. Don't quit. You're at the darkest point of your life, but if you could just look at your situation from a different angle and realize that beauty does come from death.
Are you in a storm, or are you just in between two miracles?
You take those terrible events in your life and you create a new story of triumph. We gotta become something new. We take those traumas, we take that pain, and we allow it to become a part of who we want to be. What if I told you that there's greatness on the other side of your darkness, that there is joy on the other side of your pain?
What if I told you you got everything you need to make it through your storm? This storm will not take you out.
And I know you've been tired, and I know it's been hurting, and I know it's been lifelong, and it might be an addiction. It may be wondering how much longer you're gonna have a job, or when you're gonna get one, or when this is all gonna be over. But you're not gonna die in this trial. You're gonna make it. In fact, you're gonna be better.
I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to tell yourself, I am a survivor. Listen to me, and you can get through this. I want you to speak life into that thing, whatever it is. What's frustrating you, like for real, you feel like I can't go through another day like this. I can't handle it. I can't take it. Listen to me very closely. Say it with me and breathe life into whatever that thing is. Whatever your circumstances are, say with me, I can. I can. I can get through this. I will get through this. I must.
That was a much needed video. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I know I needed to hear that today. Because let me say this. I like what I do at my place of employment. I do. But I'm tired. I'm burnt out, and I'm really ready to focus on what I love to do, and that is podcasting. I love being able to get in these spaces and have these phenomenal conversations about everyday life, things that go on in the world, things that go on in our community. I love being I love the fact that God gave me the gift to do exactly what it is that I do. So now it's time for me to step out in my purpose. Um, like I told y'all yesterday, it's been a difficult journey for me. These last 3 years have been very rough for me. You know, in the midst of losing my father, in the midst of losing my niece, in the midst of losing my godfather, my godmother, I'm sorry, I'm still here. And I still continue to push on. I still continue to say, this is what I want to do. So that video just really spoke life into me. Again, I don't know who needed to hear that tonight, but speak life into whatever it is that you're trying to do. Whether I don't care what it is that you're trying to do. If you're trying to move up in your position at your job, if you're trying to just excel in life, speak life into that. Speak positively over yourself. You have to change the way you speak, because in tune that will change the way you think. So if you want positive things, you have to speak positively. As long as you continue to doubt yourself, you're continuing to allow the devil to win. So I've already said, I'm doing what I need to do for 2023, but just know in 2024, I'm coming for everything that I've allowed the devil to take from me. And that is my peace. That is my sanity. That is my happiness. And I refuse to let anyone take that away from me. So again, I don't know who needed to hear that tonight, but I love you. Whatever it is that you're going through, you got this. We got this. We're gonna make it. Like I say, we have a month and a half left in 2023. Let's finish strong. And let's just set ourselves, we fell down, but they're gonna hate the bounce back. I believe that. I receive that. And I'm gonna go with that. So Frederick says, I'm well and you. I'm good. I'm good. I will say that. I'm alive. I'm here. I'm employed. So I'm good. I won't complain about the little things. I'll just embrace my small accomplishments that I can continue to make every day that I open my eyes. So I don't want to get too mushy in that because we'll pick back up onto this next week. But y'all already know I have to do my mental health check-ins. I want to make sure everyone is good. I really genuinely hope and pray that whatever storm you're standing in the midst of, it will soon pass. So on that note, let's jump into tonight's conversation because, baby, I want to talk about this first date list. So a couple weeks ago, there was a video that went viral of a young lady. Hi, honey. I love you. I hope you're having a good night at work. I miss you. I can't wait to see you 2 more weeks and you'll be here. Anyway, this is not even about you. You always do that. You come in here and speak and then my mind just goes somewhere else. But I love you and I hope you're having a good night at work. But there was a video that went viral of the Cheesecake Factory lady. So a young lady was going out on a date, very first date with a young man, and they I guess didn't make it to the first reservation, so they ended up at the Cheesecake Factory. Let me say this. When I saw this video, it was the entitlement for me. It was the audacity for her to say, I look this good. I'm not going to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm not getting out of the car. It's almost like she threw a mini temper tantrum. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I miss you too, babe. So for those that have not seen the video, I want to get into this video. Like, I really, truly want to know, like, the entitlement, the sense of entitlement that women these days have is almost sickening to me. Like, I don't understand. Like, for a first date, are you serious? You want a man to spend hundreds of dollars on you on a first date? Girl, bye. Bye. You tried it. But anywho, we'll get back into that. I'll share my comments and my thoughts and opinions on this. But anyway, the video went viral. Like I said, this was a first date between a man and a woman. Apparently, she refused to get out of the car when he pulled up to the Cheesecake Factory. So here's the video in its entirety. And then we're gonna jump back into the conversation because I really want to talk about this. I really want to address the entitlement that a lot of women have these days. Because, baby, let's just jump into tonight's comment. Let's go into the video. Here we go.
Almost there. Just need to find some parking. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is it? Nothing. talking to my girls. Okay. Tell them I said hi. Yeah. Alright, let me just get the door for you.
Okay.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car. Yes.
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look.
Are you're recording me?
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Oh, okay.
Okay. So
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date? Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. When you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree.
At the
went
Cheesecake
into this
Factory?
date as I expect, with the expectations for myself, to keep you safe, you know, to respect you, to pay for your food, of course, pick you up, of course, and just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but I mean, Cheesecake Factory.
I, on the other hand, have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too. I expect her to be cooperative, and at least, you know.
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay.
I don't know you.
I can respect that. I can respect that. Okay. When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
again.
I don't
we're
know
not there
yet.
I
Okay.
don't know yet.
And then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
But
I got myself all made up.
There's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well, look at my planner where we were gonna go originally.
See, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him.
No.
What do you mean no?
See, I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 p.m. Right? And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs for an hour. Right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late, and like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up into my apartment, and that is not possible.
And that's why I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship to, you know, meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria. Especially if I'm paying for the whole thing, which I'm still willing to do. I would have been, but if we're late, I told you twice.
It wasn't that late.
We literally left your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be. And I specifically said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot.
mean,
I'm waiting for a reservation.
we can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, like, the
No.
equivalent to that? I mean,
I literally
you
just
don't
said-
understand. Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
will die. That's
Okay.
embarrassing.
Listen, as I said, I have very specific certain expectations for that.
No.
I can tell it's not gonna be there. And maybe we're not right for each other. So respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off at home.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, I'm up.
So you just want to call it a night? I mean,
Yeah.
isn't there some kind of compromise or something? Ladies, can you believe this?
I'm sorry, y'all.
He just pulled
but
out of the parking space.
if I don't feel
Can you
respected,
see-
I am not gonna go through with the rest of the day.
Well, I mean, you are serious. You're really leaving.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want this place anyway, right?
I mean, I understand that I was late. I understand that. I understand that I could have been a bit more cooperative. You made some good points. That's why I'm willing to compromise. Are you sure you want to go home?
I don't have a lot of rules. I don't have a lot of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them, and you've broken every one.
Oh
So,
my God.
I'm sorry. We're dropping you off home.
All right, whatever. Well, I mean, I guess I understand. You got to do what you got to do. Well, I'm sorry. I understand where you're coming from.
I'm gonna give y'all a minute to let that digest for just a moment. I'm gonna give y'all a few moments. Hey, sus. There we go. I'm gonna get it together eventually. There you go. I'm gonna give y'all a moment to let that digest. I'm gonna give y'all a few more seconds to let that digest because it was the entitlement for me. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on this situation. First of all, where was the courtesy? Where was the common courtesy? Okay. Number one, you were late. He said when he got there, you weren't even ready. Where was the common courtesy where you could have texted and said, hey, I just got in from work. I'm running a little late. Something. Communicate. Let me tell you something. Communication is everything. Okay? Communication is everything. Not only did you not communicate, you went on a tangent and said, look at how I look. You look basic to me. You look just like an everyday mediocre female. And you may be a very pretty woman or whatever, but your attitude and your entitlement makes you very ugly. Okay? Then it was the fact that your requests or requirements are what people ask for when they're pursuing a relationship, not a first date. Saying, oh, he should protect you. He should do this. That's not your man, babe. Y'all are just now meeting for the first time. And you have this laundry list of demands saying this is what he should be doing for you on the first date. But what made me respect him even more was how calm and how patient he was with her. It's the entitlement for me. But this new age of women, this new generation of women, you got all these expectations. Oh, I don't want to go eat here. Oh, I don't want to go there because that's a chain restaurant. Girl, you probably eat at McDonald's. You probably eat at Chick-fil-A, and those are chain restaurants. You look like a Starbucks drinker. Those are chain restaurants. So for you to insult this man by saying, "Oh, I'm not getting out of the car." You never should have went. You never should have went. Number 2, you had on a basic outfit. Girl, you had on an outfit for the Cheesecake Factory, girl. That's what you had on. You had on a outfit for the Cheesecake Factory. Aria, I actually looked up the restaurant. You weren't even dressed for that restaurant. Number 4, number 5, you could have done something a little better with your hair. I'm not saying, I don't drag and put down people because I wear braids. I love them. But you want to look presentable for a first date. You didn't look presentable. You look like you was ready to go to Bar 5015 here in Houston for brunch. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Y'all know I get on here when I do my shows. Y'all know I don't sugarcoat. Oh, y'all, my son is watching. Hey, my big boy. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, son. I won't embarrass you. Y'all know that's my baby right there. Y'all know that's my heart. Y'all know that young man right there got my heart. I promise you. Y'all know that young man right there got my heart. Okay, babe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jacory. I promise I'm not gonna embarrass you anymore. Y'all know my son is everything. Hey, my baby. Hey, Sydney. Hey, girl. I miss you. That's my girl, baby. That's my OH10 girl, my Ohio girl. She says, I'm finally catching you on live again. Girl, tonight we are talking about that first date list that went viral. That's what we talking about tonight. And we talking about the Cheesecake Factory lady. Like, what are y'all's thoughts on that? Like, in that video, because that's the video in its entirety. Then if you notice, when he said, you know what? I don't want to continue the date. I'm just going to go ahead and take you home. Her whole attitude changed. Oh, well, you're right. Maybe at that point, yeah. I'm with the young man. I would have took you home too. So Raphael says she had a badass attitude. Plus, she wasn't all that cute for her to be acting like that. She a rat trying to be elegant. I can't stand you. I promise I can't. I cannot. He says she trash, trying to be high class. Baby, that's like the people that have champagne dreams but 40-ounce money. She tried it. She tried it. Sydney says she definitely did too much and wasn't enough for herself. Right. But it was the fact that, first off, this is the first date. Why are you not talking to the person you're on the date with? Why are you on your phone? That I forgot to even address that. So let's back all the way up and talk about everything that is wrong, that was wrong with that. First off, you're on the phone. That's first and foremost. Why are you not having a conversation with the guy, the man or woman you're on a date with? Why are y'all not trying to get to know each other before y'all arrive at the restaurant? Why are you on your phone? That's issue number 1. That's red flag number 1. That's why I got on red tonight. Red flags. Number 2, you lock his door when he gets out. He's doing everything a gentleman is supposed to do. He said, hey, I'm going to get out. I'm going to open the door for you. You lock the door and say, I'm not getting out the car. Your attitude. That's number 2. Number 3, it was the fact that you were late. Jules says, hey, bro. And Sydney said the audacity that she bought off of Temu. Right. Sydney say acting like she's real relevant. Like, girl, you are basic. You are everyday, regular, degular female. Then it was, I'm not getting out the car. In the Cheesecake Factory, that's a chain restaurant. Girl, stop it. That's what gets me, is the sense of entitlement that people have these days. First off, you had a respectful gentleman, a man that said, hey, I understand you didn't want me to come up into your apartment. Cool. He wasn't tripping. Okay. He said, hey, I want you to, Put your arm on my arm. She said, oh no, I don't want to do that on the first date. Cool. He respected that. But then it was the fact that you turned around and said, you're supposed to nurture me, take care of me, protect me. And on a first date, this is what you tell somebody that you're in a relationship with. When you two mutually decide and say, you know what, I like where things going. Let's move. Let's move towards a relationship. Those are the things that you tell people you're trying to be in a relationship with, not on a first date. Y'all are still in the getting to know each other phase. You're trying to get to know him. He's trying to get to know you. But the fact that you, I'm not going into the Cheesecake Factory. That's a chain restaurant. And then she was like, oh yeah, when you're courting. That's what it was. Sydney said, I would have left her right in that car and would have. First off, she wouldn't even been in a car with me, because the moment I got there, and you got to go back, because she did admit she was an hour late. But there was no form of communication. You didn't send him a text or pick up the phone and say, hey, I just got in from work. I'm running a few minutes late. Wherever you have the reservation, you think you could push it back maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes? That's what she should have done, because communication is everything. You didn't communicate with him. So that right there lets me know you really, truly were not interested in this guy. And maybe she was. But then it was after he said, you know what? I have rules. Maybe rules is not the proper word he should have been saying. But he said, hey, in other words, I have values too. And you didn't show me any respect. So guess what? I no longer want to continue the date with you. What's so hard about that? What I don't understand, why is it okay for women to say, I don't want to continue this with you, but then when men say, oh, I don't want to do this, now y'all mad at the man. Now all of a sudden your tone changes. Keep the same energy you had when he picked you up. Keep that same energy you had when y'all got to the Cheesecake Factory. You were like, oh my, like you were appalled. Oh, he's really taking me home. So you don't want to continue the date? Absolutely not. After you sat up here and you just completely embarrassed this man, you totally disrespected this man, I would not have wanted to continue the date with you either. I would have took you. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. Jules says her attitude was very funky, especially after making that man wait a damn hour. Baby, I would have put her out and pulled clean the fuck off while burning her up. Baby, let me tell you, she never would have got in the car. How about that? You never would have got in the car if you made me wait an hour with no form of communication. Not one time did she say, well, hey, you know what? I just got home from work. I was not expecting the time to run over. Is there a way maybe you could push our reservation back another hour or so? Something. She never communicated, but you got in the car with this sense of entitlement saying, oh, he, take me here, take me. No, ma'am. And then you said, look at me. So I looked and I was trying to see, girl, what are you talking about? You look average. And then your attitude makes you look even worse. Your attitude makes you look even worse. It made you look ugly. Even though you're a nice looking woman, your attitude just made your looks completely went out the window because you completely looked ugly. Sydney say he had too many benefits of the doubt to issue her. Right. He did. He tried. Oh, so we can't compromise? He did. Because even though you didn't make it to the first restaurant where the initial reservation was at, he made a compromise and said, you know what, I'm still going to continue on the date. I'll find another restaurant to take her to. So he compromised. And you still weren't satisfied. So I have a question. I have a question for y'all. Here's the question. Does it really matter where a man takes you on a first date? Does it really truly matter? Honestly, y'all let me know. Because I'm gonna say this. When I first got with my fiance, our very first date was Walmart. I was in town. I went to California for a wedding. My cousin got married. Um, Now mind you, me and Raphael, we had been talking on the phone for like 6 months before we had even met in person. Now we had been FaceTiming, but we had met what, June of 2021? And we didn't see each other in person till like October. But we had been talking every day. Our very first date was Walmart. And he cooked for me that night. When I came home from that wedding, he was like, I cooked. He's like, I put some ribs on the grill. I made some, bean. He did it up for me. And he was nervous about it. But that was our Walmart. He held my hand, everything. He pushed the basket. And what really got me with him was the fact that because I've been single. So I was used to uh carrying my own groceries. So when we got back to the house with the groceries, he said, he's talking about, you got a man now. You don't carry groceries. What? I got a man now. That what you said, Big Daddy? That's what solidified it right there. I knew I had a man. I knew I had graduated from a boy to a man. So does it really matter where a man takes you on a first date? Honestly. I honestly really truly want to know. So Sydney says, well, no, we're not going to nowhere sexually explicit. Okay, I can respect it. That I could definitely respect. So my son says, I don't think the place where y'all go matters, but what does matter is if both of y'all had a good time. And I agree with you, son. I agree that, let me say this. For me, I'm not a materialistic person. So the Cheesecake Factory would have been just fine for me. I mean, I don't really particularly care for their food, but the company is what matters, is that you had a good time. Like my son just said. The fact that both of y'all had a good time. I did pull up the list that went viral. So let's run down some of these places that women say they're not going on a first date. They say Cheesecake Factory. Now, mind y'all, this is the list that went viral, okay? This is the list where women said, these are places I'm not going for a first date. Now, let me say this. I looked at the list. Number 7, number 22, and let me back up. So number 7, number 20, number 22, I'm not doing that with you. Number 1, I'm not coming to your house. That's first and foremost. We have to go somewhere publicly, where we're in the public eye, okay? That's first and foremost. So I'm not coming to your house. So I can agree with number 7. Number 20, I can agree with as well. I'm not ready. If we're just now going on a first date, it's not time for me to meet your family because we don't even know if there's going to be date number 2. Okay? We don't even know if it's going to be a date number 2. So I'm not going anywhere with you for a family function. I'm sorry. I skipped over number 21. Movie night. You know what? Let me elaborate on that. Netflix and Hulu. Because that requires being at one of our houses, and I'm not comfortable with you being in my home, and I don't feel comfortable being in your home. And then number 22, I'm not going anywhere that requires a long drive because I don't know where you're trying to take me. I don't know if you're trying to take me out to the woods, baby. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to do. Okay, so number 22, definitely not. But number 1, I'll go eat at the Cheesecake Factory. I don't particularly care for their food, but if the company is good, I'll go. Not a problem. Hell, I'll even go to Applebee's. Hell, we can get the 2 for $20 or 2 for $25, whatever it is, 3 for $25. Baby, we can get that. I'll go to Chili's. I'm not particularly fond of Chipotle, but hey, to each his own. Now, baby, I go tear some Olive Garden, baby. Give me some of them breadsticks and some of that salad. To the movies? Absolutely. We can go to the movies. We sure can. Any fast food chain, baby, you can take me to Chick-fil-A. You can take me to McDonald's, baby. Give me a 10-piece chicken nugget with fries and a large high C orange. Baby, give me that. Buffalo Wild Wing, I don't really particularly care for their wings, but we can go to Wingstop. We can go to Red Lobster. Baby, we can go to a buffet. But then again, Red Lobster, that's imitation seafood. That's not even real. But okay, we can do a buffet. We can go to IHOP because baby, I can get my big steak omelet. We can go to Denny's, I can get a Grand Slam. To the gym, yeah, we can go exercise, workout. You want to take me to church? Absolutely. Let's go. Pray for me and I'm gonna pray for you. Starbucks, yeah. Coffee dates, yeah, we can go because I like iced coffee. Ice cream dates, absolutely. Come on, let's go on down here to Marble Slab. Or let's go to Cold Stone. Or let's go to Brewster's. We can definitely go. Because that's public, but it's also intimate. You get what I'm saying? Because I can sit down and we can really get to know each other. We can go bowling, even though I don't know how to bowl. I bowl with 2 hands. We can still go. I'm kind of stuck in between nightclubs because I don't do clubs. But depends on what club we're going to. I'll make an exception. A hookah bar, we can go, even though I don't smoke. We could get us some good drinks. They do have good food in there, good vibe. We can go hang out. I'll go. Number 26, a bar for just drinks. Yeah, we can do that. You know, even though I'm not a big drinker, I may drink a glass of wine or maybe get a martini or something. I'm just socially. Absolutely. Waffle House, yeah, we can go. Because I want that the steak bowl with the hash browns and the onions and the mushrooms and all. Yeah, I'll eat a Waffle House. And a sports event, absolutely. Especially if it's a Saints game. Absolutely. If it's a Saints game, absolutely. Any other team? No, I don't want to go. No, let me stop. But seriously, we can go. So again, it's only four places on the list that I'm not going. Like I say, I'm not going to your house and you're not coming to mine. And that's number 7 and number 21. Number 20, I don't want to meet your family. Number 22, we're not going somewhere that requires us to drive a long distance. 20, 30 minutes, cool. Anything 45 minutes to an hour or longer, no, I'm not going to be able to do it. Not going to be able to do it. Unless I'm meeting you there. Now, if you're coming to pick me up, no, we're not doing no long drive together. I'll, whatever. But that's iffy on number 22. That's a stretch. But looking at this list, it's the entitlement. First off, be grateful that a man is coming to pick you up because a lot of times men want to pick you up. They want to give you some meat and send you on your way. You're lucky if you get a meal. Number 2, the entitlement. Because to me, where a man or a woman takes you on a first date doesn't determine how much they like you, which goes into my next question. So let's jump into some of the comments before we move on to the next question. Because I got some more lists I want to pull up. Some of y'all women, I'm about to trigger y'all. But it's okay. You'll be all right. So we got some comments. So Sydney says, it really is the thought that he took to put together is what I look at. Absolutely. Because Sydney, if we go back and you look at what he said, this is where we were supposed to go. But you were late. You were late. And then I sat down in my car and I waited an hour for you. Not 5 or 10 minutes, but an hour. And he said, by the time the reservation, we were just leaving at the time of the reservation. So he came up with a plan B because plan A didn't fall through. So I'm with you on that, sis. It was the thought. That's what counts. So Sydney says, yeah, not going to your house and you're not coming to mine. Absolutely. So on that list, number 20, yeah, you're not coming to my house and I'm not going to yours, period. So Jules says, It's the fact that she went live trying to gain her 5 minutes of fame by trying to embarrass the man. I'm appalled at her level of entitlement. That's the statement. This is the comment right here. The fact that you were on the phone. You weren't even talking to him. You weren't even trying to get to know him. But first thing you want to do, pick up your phone and you recording and you all this and you're fooling with your hair. That's fine. You know, we do that. That's what we women do. We do. You know, we play with our hair, do whatever. But then you try to embarrass the man, and then you're the one that end up getting embarrassed. You see how fast karma works? You tried to clown this man, but then it turned around backfiring on you. So my baby sister, Javert, hey Pooh, she says, I'm a simple person, and these little things are perfect when trying to just hang and be simple. That's the point I'm trying to make. To me, where a person takes you on a first date does not determine how they feel about you, which is my next question. Does where a man take you on a first date determine how much he really likes you? Honestly, does that really truly matter? Where you take me on a first date, that doesn't equate how you feel about me. It's your conversation. It's your tenacity. It's your respect that determines how much you really like me. If you pick me up, let me tell y'all. So in Houston and Sydney, you know, in Houston, everyone goes and hangs out at the Transco Tower, or it's a new name now, but it's over by the Galleria Mall. It's a big waterfall where you can. It's like a big field where the waterfall is. They have benches out there. People go out there, take pictures. You know, people take their dogs and stuff. It's really nice. If you were to take me there, and then they have the man that comes around with the horse-drawn carriage later in the evening, and you could do the little carriage ride around the park, you know, real nice. I would be okay with that as a first date. I would be okay with you telling me, "Hey, let's go meet me at the bookstore," or something like that. I would be okay with that. I would be cool if you say, "Hey, let's go chill out at Emancipation Park. Let's go to Discovery Green." I would be okay with that. You wanna go to the movies? It's a good movie out? Cool, let's go. I don't care. Where you take me doesn't equate to how you feel about me. And that's where some of you men and women base how people feel about you on on what they do for you. Really? That doesn't matter to me. It's how you respect me. It's how you speak to me. That's what matters to me. That's what equates to how you really feel about me, or if you really truly like me. Are we vibing? You know, the conversations we've been having maybe for a couple of weeks, are we still able to have that conversation in person? Because anybody could we could vibe on the phone, but how do we vibe in person? That's what determines how a person really likes you, how much a person really likes you. How do y'all vibe when y'all are together? Because you can laugh and joke on the phone and really be sitting over there like this, rolling your eyes, shaking your head. But how do y'all feel in person? How are y'all in person? Does that same person make you smile? Does that same person give you butterflies instead of cockroaches? I don't feel like where a man takes you on a first date determines how much he really likes you. But then, how do y'all feel about this list? If we go back to this list, let me pull it right back up. Let me jump into the comments though. So Sydney says, no, not really. There you go. Williams Tower. That's what it's called. The Williams Tower. So Sydney says, too many people base things on money spent instead of time invested. I'm gonna leave this comment up for just a minute because I need y'all to chew on this for just a moment. I need y'all to chew on this. Because what she just said, just hit just bullseye. Because, Sydney, believe it or not, that's the next question. What is a reasonable amount a man should spend on a first date? Let me say this. I'm not expecting on a first date, I'm not expecting you to spend $2, $3, $4, $5, $600 on me. I'm not expecting that at all. Now, I can't tell you what to do with your money, but just know I'm not expecting that. If I were, depending on where you go eat at, we do know that food and drinks are a little expensive. We know this now, especially when you go into a black-owned restaurant. We know you're gonna pay $60 for a damn Long Island iced tea. So we know this. But I'm not expecting you to spend all this money on me on our first date. I don't want you to do all that for me. Save that money and let's do something. Man, let me tell you something. We can go, if we gonna go to the movies and you want to spend it, let's go to the rooftop. We can go to the rooftop theater. Rooftop cinema. I'm sorry. We can go to the rooftop cinema. Sit outside, chill, watch a movie, laugh, joke, whatever. But I'm not expecting a man that takes me on our first date to spend $400, $500, $600, $700, $800,000. I'm not expecting that. Because one thing about me, baby, I'm simple. I'm simple. I don't even celebrate my birthday. I don't like birthday cards. I don't want flowers. Just the fact that you thought about me is good enough for me. See, a lot of y'all are into that material stuff. Oh, I got to have this for my birthday. I want this and this. Let me tell you this. I just want to be alive for my birthday. How about that? I just want to be able to wake up tomorrow. How about that? Y'all be so concerned. Let me go back to Sydney comment because I need to pull that one back up. Because, baby, let me tell you something. Because, Sydney, my sister Jewel say that's the one. So let me go back to her comment because I want to post this back up right here. Too many people base things on money spent instead of time invested. So let me say this. I don't want to go all out for my birthday. I'm cool with a text. Hey, Ashley, happy birthday. I'm good with that. I don't want no cards, no candy, no cake. I don't want none of that. That don't do anything for me. Just the fact that you thought about me enough to send me a text and say, hey, Ash, happy birthday. I'm good with that. I'm appreciative of that. I don't care about the other stuff. See, a lot of y'all won't, oh, he got to bring me flowers. He got to do this. Oh, any restaurant he take me to, it's got to. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Because one thing about me, baby, I'm plain and simple. And money don't impress me. I've dated men that had money. I've dated men that have been broke. I've dated mediocre men. I've dated superior men. I've dated subpar men. I don't like dudes that are Hollywood, okay? And for those, let me break it down. Because, yeah, I'm leaving your comment up here for just a moment, Sydney. I got to leave your comment up here for just a moment because that was the one. One thing about me, I'm Ashley every day. Don't come at me with the bells and whistles. I don't like all of that. I don't like a Hollywood dude. And when I say a Hollywood dude, I don't like a flashy dude or a dude that has to be seen all the time. I don't like that. I don't like all of that. You got to be social media famous. I don't like all of that. I don't like that. We can go to Starbucks. We could go to Dutch Brothers or wherever, a little coffee shop. We could meet at a little bookstore. There are so many things. And let me say this. There are so many places in Houston. I don't know what cities everybody resides in, but I live in Houston. And Sydney can attest. There are so many hidden jewels in Houston that we could go and hang out. We can go downtown and we could take pictures of the walls that they spray paint downtown. Hell, we could go to Discovery Green. We could go down to Herman Park where they have the concerts sometimes over the summer. We could do stuff like that where you don't have to spend no money. You don't necessarily have to spend no money on me. If you decide you want to buy me some flowers or whatever and we go eat out, that's cool. But I'm not expecting that on a first date. Because we're still in the phase where we're still trying to get to know each other. I'm trying to, what are your likes, what are your dislikes? I'm still asking questions. This is a job interview. And I'm trying to determine, do I want to go on date number 2 with you? I want to get to know you, and you need to get to know me. You need to know my likes and my dislikes. But again, the question remains, what is a reasonable amount a man should spend on a first date? What do you think? I wonder if my son is still on here. So Sydney says, I'm good with making some sandwiches in Arizona at a park. Don't try and impress me with your coins. That don't work. And that's what I'm talking about. And and I got to get on men too. Because some of you men, you lead with your money. So that's what you're going to get in return. You're going to attract someone that they're all about money. Stop leading with your money. Women, stop having a sense of entitlement and feeling like a man should take you and spend $800 on you on a first date. Girl, please. You got people that are married and don't even spend that much on their wives or husbands. So do you really think? But again, you got men out here, like I say, that lead with money. And that's what you're going to get. Jules says, I'm a simple woman and can't be bought. Just keep it simple and thoughtful. Period. Jules says, my privacy is everything to me. So if you always want to be seen and you need to be in the mix, please stay away from me. For real, for real. And that's what we're seeing now in these new it's like people no longer date. People no longer take the time to get to know each other. On a first date, you come in with with a list of expectations and say, okay, he's got to be this, and you don't even have those qualities. Let's talk about that. Let's wake that up for just a moment. Some of you women come in with a list. Okay, I'm going to back up. Some of you women come in with a list of expectations. Do you even meet those expectations? And the reason I ask that is because I found a cute little list. And this is what I mean. This is what's going to trigger a lot of women. Well, let me say this. A lot of girls. Because there's a difference between a girl and a woman. Okay? So, I'm going to put this list up. Let me move this comment out the way. Let me see. Let me make this big. Let me move this banner out the way. Because I want y'all to be able to see this list. Let me make this a little bigger. So, a woman drops a list of things you should do for your man as a woman. And the first thing that she says is, do you even meet the qualifications of everything that you are requiring of a man? Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. Let's talk about this. You keep saying, oh, I need a man. He's got to do this. He's got to do that. He's got to do this. He's got to be that. He's got to be this. He's got to be that. You come in with a list of expectations on the first date. But the question remains is, if you guys do decide to pursue a relationship, go further into a relationship, can you be his safe place, his comfort zone, and make yourself feel like home to him? Some of y'all can't even do number 1. Hell, let alone number 2. Can you listen? Can you be understanding? Can you be patient? Well, that eliminates a lot of y'all because a lot of y'all don't know how to listen. Yeah, I'm triggering a lot of women, a lot of girls. Let me say that. I'm triggering a lot of girls. 3 and 4, can you feed his soul? Number 5, can you love him unconditionally? Number 6, do you pray for him? Can you be his peace? Can you be his best friend? Do you know how to uplift, encourage, and support and believe in him? Let me tell you something. Number 1 through 9, some of y'all need to just go ahead and have a seat. Period. I'm just gonna say it. Some of y'all really need to sit down and have a seat. Number 10, do you give forgiveness, grace, and can you be compassionate? Do you understand him? Can you give him his space? Do you cook for him? Do you feed him? Give him home cooked meals. Because let me say this: men go out and they work all day. They tackle the troubles of the world. And it's okay to fast food every now and again, but that man don't want to come home to McDonald's every day. That man don't want to come home to Popeyes every day. He don't want to come home to that every day. Can you respect him? Oh, hell. Number 14, that goes out of the window for a lot of y'all. Number 15, be submissive. Oh, well, hell, that goes out the window for a lot of y'all too, allowing him to lead. But at the same time, let me say this. Is the man able to lead? That's going to be the next question. Because, fellas, we cannot be submissive to you. We can't allow you to lead if you don't know where you're going. So let me jump on that one real quick, because I don't want nobody to say, well, if he named that. So I nipped it in the bud, okay? Do you add value to this man's life? Can you be nurturing to this man? Can you help him heal and to grow? But the next question is, are you willing to heal and grow with him? But again, you women come in with a list of expectations of what you want men to do. This is what men want women to do. So don't be upset at the reciprocity, okay, ladies and gentlemen? Do not be upset at the reciprocity. Because the same things that you demand, women demand, men want the same in return. Men want the same in return. Can you give him king treatment? We all walk around, oh, I want to be treated like a queen, or I'm this and this and this. Girl, when really you're a pauper. When really that's what you are. You're a court jester. Do you have a spiritual connection? Can you help him become a better man? You'll say you want him to help you become a better woman. Can you help him become a better man? Again, men are asking for the same thing that women are asking for. It's not hard. It's not hard. Are you able to take care of yourself and not be so codependent on a man? And number 23, never look at what a man can do for you financially. Because here comes this other list that boyfriends are not responsible for. Some of you ladies are about to get upset about this. But again, y'all want equality. Y'all want equality, okay? Let me move this out of the way real quick. Let me see if I can get the bottom of this. Hold on. Number 24. It says, let me make this bigger, y'all. Hold up, because I know y'all want to see the list. Let me make it a little bit bigger. So number 24 says, can you take away his problems? Bring him balance. So let me elaborate for the ones that this may go over your head. Black men go out and they fight the world every day. The last thing he wants to come home and do is have a war in his house. Do you bring him balance? Which goes back to number 1, number 2, number 7, number 8, number 9. Hell, it goes back to 1 through 23. And then number 25, baby, can you take his soul? And we don't mean in the physical. Okay, that may go over some people's heads. That may go over some women's heads. That may go over a lot of women's heads. So, men want the same. You women come with a list. and say, oh, we're not going here, we're not going there. But the question is, are you the woman that can do that? Are you fit for that? That's the $1 million question. So Jules says, it's all about having a good time, and that doesn't always cost money. I'm trying to tell you. Let me tell y'all, it's so many things that you could do for free and still have fun. So many things you could do and still have fun. Sydney, agree with your sis. So my sister Jules says, girl, a lot of this new generation can't scramble a damn egg, but want a man to cater to them. Somebody tell Jesus, Devontae Jackson Freeman Jr., please tell him to come pick me up right now. Tell him I'm ready. Just go to the upper room. Just tell him, come on, take me. She says, and my statement stands for some of these men also. It's time for some of these so-called adults to start adulting. Sydney and Jewel, baby, let me tell y'all, these some real women right here. Because, baby, what they've been saying has been accurate. Very accurate. Hey, big brother. Hey, Nutty P. That's my big brother in the house. Shout out to him. Good to see you, my baby. Sydney says, you know, I'd rather put something together with no money so I could see how you're really working. That part. Y'all better be lucky I can't play no church music on here because, baby, that definitely, let me tell you, these last 3, 4, 5, 6 comments, baby, we definitely need a praise break on that. We definitely need a praise break on that because right here, are you the same person without that money? I'd rather put something together with no money so I can see how you're really working. Because, see, I need to see past your representative because a lot of people don't understand. When you first meet people, you always meet the representative, okay? You always meet the representative. Some people are that way from the beginning. Some people change further on or down the road. Absolutely good to see you too, Petty. Nutty Petty. That's your new name, Nutty Petty. But that's an issue that I have. See? Jewel, Sydney, Jewel say, yes, that's what I'm talking about, Sydney. That's what I'm talking about. Is I don't understand. Let me get back to the question. I just don't understand. Does where a man take you on a first date determine how much he really likes you? No. What is a reasonable amount that a man should spend on you? Again, I do not want you taking me to if you feel like you want to spend $500, $600, $700, $800, $900 or $1,000, baby, if that's what you want to do, God bless you. But do not think that that's what I'm expecting you to spend. I'm good with you buying me a 10-piece chicken McNugget meal at McDonald's, baby, with a high orange. Do you hear me? With sweet and sour sauce. I'm good with that. But in response to that list that these ladies came out with, I see some men have responded. I see men have responded. And they say, these are women men should not take on a date. Uh-oh. This is going to eliminate a lot of you women. Single mothers. Women with a lot of tattoos. Women who dress provocatively. Sex workers. In other words, if you have OnlyFans, Instagram models, bottle girls, escorts. I don't know how true this list is, but I think men were poking fun at women. Since you women have all this laundry list of expectations of restaurants you're not going to go eat at. So men say, okay, well, we're going to do you one better. Women with a large social media following. Women with purple hair. Women with promiscuous friends. Women who travel alone regularly. Women that drink a lot. Women without fathers. women who party every weekend, women previously married, plus-sized, unhealthy women, women on dating apps, or divorcees. Again, men were poking fun at women, so I don't want women to say, "Oh, whatever, da 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 da." Y'all get what you give. You get what you give. This was men poking fun at women. This is okay. Well, they say you don't want to go eat it. Let me pull the list back up. All right. You say you don't want to go eat at the Cheesecake Factory. You say you don't want to go to Applebee's. You say you don't want to go to bowling. So men say, okay, well, if these are the places that you don't want to go, then these are the type of women we're not going to take on dates then. Now, how you love that? You see how fast karma comes back? You'll see how that didn't, you see how that is? So let's jump back into some of the comments. So Nutty P says you can go to museums, botanical gardens, the beach, etc. Right. And I listed like, okay, so being from Louisiana, living in Houston, I've been to LA. There are so many things. Like I told them, my very first date with Big Daddy was to Walmart. That was our first date, Walmart. That was our first date. I'm simple. Sydney says, my time is priceless. Therefore, let me see your efforts match that. Bingo. Now that's a woman. Let me tell you something about my sister Sydney. Y'all not playing with no rookie, baby. Y'all are playing with a grown woman, a full-grown woman, a woman that has played the game and has been played in the game. But everything that her and Jewel and everybody is saying in the comments, this is what we mean. So my sister says, girl messing with you, I done taped the wrong side of this damn toilet seat. I'm sorry, sis. I do apologize. Sydney says, yes, ma'am. And this doesn't just, and let me say this. This goes for heterosexual relationships, men and men relationships, women and women. This applies all the way across the board. Okay? This applies all the way across the board. So, again, to poke fun at the women again, men say these are things that we're not going to be responsible for. Let me make this a little bigger so y'all can see the list. So men say we're not paying bills, we're not paying rent, we're not getting your hair done, we're not getting your nails done, we're not buying bags, we're not buying purses, no jewelry, we're not spending, giving your money to go on vacation, we're not paying for plastic surgery. Now that's the one took me out. Plastic surgery, we're not paying for pills, we're not buying food for another man's kid. Because y'all remember the video that went viral, the lady that went on a date with the man and said, oh, well, you need to buy food so I could take home to my children. It be the audacity for me, y'all. That's what it is for me. So again, you ladies come out with a laundry list of expectations, but do you even qualify? Let me take this off. Let me move this out the way. But do you even qualify? Do you even meet the qualifications to ask for what you're asking for? Can you give that to that man in return? Sydney says, you know, I done been on both sides, so it really does go for both. Right. I don't care if you're a woman that dates women. I don't care if you're a man that dates men. If you're, like I say, this goes for everybody. This is not just for men and women that you know, heterosexual relationship. It doesn't just apply to y'all. But the question still remains. Women, you come out with a list of expectations that you want a man to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P for you. But hell, you don't even fit the qualifications for A. You don't even know how to listen. You don't know how to be quiet. The thing about it, in this day and age, dating has literally gone out the window. I don't even think people date anymore. I think people just meet on social media and link up and then they married in 6 months. And then in a year, y'all are divorced or separate. Y'all are separated or and already headed for divorce. So I'm gonna say this. I don't think where you take me on a first date determines how much you really like me. I don't believe in it. But again, to each his own. To each his own. I'm not never telling a woman or a man to settle because you have to know your worth. But at the end of the money, I'm so sorry. At the end of the day, what does money really equate for? What does it really equate for? You see every regular people that are posting pictures and he took me here, he took me there, and really probably be low key getting beat up in the background. Oh, big deal. He took you to Phil and Derek's, but then he attempted to sexually assault you on the first date. I'm not saying to lower your expectations. I'm not saying that at all. But some of you ladies need to be realistic out here, and some of you men need to be realistic too. Some of you men, stop leading with your money. Stop getting on social media bragging, oh, I got this and this and this, because guess what? That's all you're going to attract. You're going to attract those women that all they want is your money. And then after they drain you dry, now you're mad. Well, that's what you led off with. That's what you started with. So how are you mad? So how are you mad? I always say never start something you cannot keep up. Never start something you cannot maintain. But you women, in your sense of entitlement, you need to humble yourself. A lot of y'all need to humble yourself. You really truly do. Right. Sydney say divorced and bitter. I'm telling you. But we see this all the time. So here's another video where you have people that are discussing first date deal breakers. Let's see what they have to say, and then let's jump back into the conversation.
And thank you for joining us for the second half hour of The Factor Uncensored. There's a list floating around the internet on first date ideas some women are rejecting, and it's pretty long. This includes any fast food chain, family functions, bowling, nightclubs, the gym, church, the movies, somewhere that requires a long drive, and your house. Well, what's left? The list has caused quite the debate about first date deal breakers. We found some single folks to talk about it. Joining us now here on The Factor Uncensored, Keon KOK, Rena Mejia, Cherie Shepard, and Chase Estevez. Glad to have you all here on The Factor Uncensored.
Thank you.
So, Rena, you're a regular here. When you see this list and the places you cannot take someone on the first date, is it going too far, or it hits the nail right on the head?
Well, okay, I have two sides of this. Like the first half of the list, okay, I can agree with. There's some things that's kind of a, why would you take someone on the first date to Chipotle? It's kind of a given. It's if a guy
What about
takes
the high-end Olive Garden?
the high-end Olive Garden. Okay, let me tell you one thing. Honestly, I don't see a problem with it. I feel like if it's a first date, you're getting to know someone. You don't really know, like, you kind of want to gauge it a certain way, but depending on, you know, the girl's expectations, the guy's expectations, you guys should discuss that prior to, then surprising someone with like, hey, we're going to Olive Garden. I wouldn't complain, but there are some women that are more particular. That's okay, but I think part of the list is very a little bit too particular, I think. There's some things like, I would go bowling on a first date. I would go to a bar to have some drinks on a first date. I don't think it has to be that serious, but some women are mad. They're mad.
All right, Sharice, let's hear from you. This came from your Insta. I follow you on Instagram. Give us the name of your Instagram account.
Pillow Talk Houston.
Pillow Talk Houston. And I saw this list. I'm like, what the hell is this that Sharice is putting up? Now, do you believe in that list, or are you just posting it?
No, I don't believe in it. I was just posting it because I knew it would cause controversy. A lot of the things, I think they are out of line for that. I don't mind going to the Chipotle. I mean, because as long as like we're vibing and the chemistry is good and we laughing and everything, I don't think there's nothing wrong with with that.
And if it's a first date, Sharice, it could be a situation where you don't want to spend all that money on a first date because it may go nowhere.
Right. So yeah, I believe that too.
All right, Keon, let's hear from you. Your thoughts on this?
I mean, in my opinion, this list is completely ridiculous. Like, at this point, what's left? What do you want to go to Dubai for a first date? I don't know you. You know what I mean? So my thing is, what's the alternative? Like some things that were just listed on there, like you can't go to church. We can't go get closer to God. Like, where are we supposed to go?
Right.
That's my only thing. So, and again, like you said, people might be trying to be on a budgeted thing. And if we first meeting each other, if I can't get to know you for $250 or less, I don't need to know you.
That's still kind of damn high.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to get to know you on $50.
Yeah, like, come on.
Chase Estevez, you're currently in a relationship, but looking at this list, what are your thoughts about it?
It's crazy. It's like, how can I get to know a woman or a man if I want to date them? Like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Is going to Chipotle too much now? Like, the list, the gym, that's too much for me. Like, we going in the sun, what we gonna talk about? You know, like, what we gonna do?
Take the rest off.
We sweating. I don't want to talk. You know? So it's crazy how people are like putting everything so high these days, their standards so high. But what are you giving out to be able to be taken to those places?
Right, you may look like a McDonald's date.
Hey, they are. Hey, you better be happy with it.
So, Raina, your thoughts, are there unreasonable now expectations for some people on these first dates?
Yeah, I think there is unreasonable, but there are some women who they want to be, depending on how the guy treats them on the first date will depend on if they see the man again, because some women do want to be spoiled. They do want, they're looking for something in a man that depends on, they want to go to Steak 48 on the first date, or they want to go to a really nice place. They want to be proven to that you will spend a certain amount of money on them. But then some women are cool with just going out for a drink to talk, to know each other. So I think you just have to know the women.
Right.
But it's like, some women are just tired of it, that men are thinking that they can take these women to certain dates, to certain places that are on the list. Some of them, I feel like, it just depends on the woman. Like, if the woman's that particular, then maybe you don't need to see her. But if you know in yourself that you can take this woman out to Buffalo Wild Wings and she'll be okay with it, then that's the girl for you. But I think it's just, some of them are over the top, but there are expectations on a first date. You want to be treated very nicely. So.
And Sharice, we have seen this trend in the past where people, because they didn't know what the relationship will be down the road, they would have coffee dates. They'd meet each other for that first date at a Starbucks or something like that. Is that unreasonable?
No, that's not unreasonable. I think that's why it's called dating, because you're collecting data. You're trying to find out and, talk and see if y'all are compatible. So you have some women who like the lavish dates and stuff like that, but then you have some men who are willing to pay for it at no expense, to take them on a date. So I think you just have to talk with each other and see where you, meet at.
And once again, we can find this crazy-ass list on your Instagram account. And give us your Instagram account again, Sharice.
It's Pillow Talk Houston Part 2.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you guys for joining us here.
I love watching the X Factor because, baby, Isaiah comes, he does some amazing things. So Sydney says, girl, please, too particular. So let me say this. I'm with Miss Sharice, the other young lady that spoke at the end. I agree with her. You have some women that want those lavish and extravagant first dates. And you have men that don't mind doing it. But again, to me, I don't care if you spend $1,000 on me. That doesn't equate or determine how much you like me. I don't think it's a difference. To me, I think I'm like the gentleman said. If I can't get to know you in $250 and less, then maybe you're not the one for me. Right. But there was also something very important that was said from all four of the people that were on the stage. Communication. You have to communicate. You pretty much already know the type of person you're dealing with But then again, sometimes you don't. Because again, everyone has a representative, a baby, everyone has a facade, you know. Um, but you could determine by the way a person speaks, what type of person they are. I'm gonna say this. I'll do almost every last one of those things on that list, except for go to your house. Um, and I disagree with the gentleman Chase. I disagree with him about the gym. You sit in the sauna, you can talk about anything. You working out at the gym, you could talk about anything. It's all about what you make out of it, okay? It's all about creating a good atmosphere wherever you are. It's about creating a good vibe wherever you are. Some of y'all can't even hold a conversation. Hell, some of y'all, and I've dated quite a few men. Some of y'all that I've dated, I would have rather sat and watched paint dry. Because a lot of y'all made 0 sense. And that's why y'all never heard from me again. But I think what Miss Cherie said at the end, communication. You got to talk to that person. You got to find out. You do. And again, $250, that's cool. Not a problem, okay? But don't feel like I'm expecting you to spend that much money on me on a first date. Because like Miss Cherie said, we're still getting to know each other. Like she said, we're collecting data. It's like a job interview. It's like a job interview. I'm trying to get to know you. You're trying to get to know me. I'm trying to see how you are. And then let me go back to Sydney's comment. Sydney said, yes, she is reasonable. So let me go back to her other comment. Hold on, let me scroll back up. She says, her comment where she says, I'd rather you put something together with no money so I could see how you're really working. That right there is the one. That right there is the one. So again, I'm not asking women to lower their expectations because you like what you like. You are what you are. That's cool. That's fine. To each his own. Every woman is different. But I could say for me, I don't want you to take me on a date and you're spending $1,000 on me on the first. For what? I'm still getting to know you. You're still getting to know me. We're still trying to figure out, is there going to be a second date? All right, cool. So we decided it's going to be date number 2. All right, cool. You still don't have to take me to no expensive restaurant. I'm cool with that. You want to go eat at Chili's? Because Chili's got what, 3 for $25, something like that, where you get your appetizer, a drink and your entree and a dessert or something like that. Baby, let me tell you something. I runs that 3 for $25 up at Chili's. Judge your mama, okay? Sydney says you got to communicate to even know if that person can comprehend. Facts. Because conversation will tell you everything. And a lot of people fail to, like, conversations determine everything. That even determines even if y'all are going to have a first date. But again, I don't go in on first dates expecting you to spend all this money on me. So let me ask this question. Let me ask this. How do you feel about a first date and y'all pay for meals separately? How do y'all feel about that? I forgot to ask that question. How do y'all feel about that for a first date? How do you feel about that? Or who do you think should pay for the date? Does it depend on who extended the invitation to go on a date, or should the man always pay when you go on a date? For the first date, y'all, I forgot to post that question. Like, Sydney says I'm with it. So again, how do y'all feel about you pay for your meal, I pay for my meal on the first date? Should a man always pay on the first date? How do y'all feel about a woman paying on a first date? Or How do y'all feel about determining whoever initiated the date should be the one to pay? How do y'all feel about that? If a woman asks a man out on a date, is she entitled to pay? Is the man always entitled to pay on a first date? My sister says, girl, I'm good on going Dutch. Facts. So Sydney says, I go in, like you said, with no expectations. I always go with the intentions of paying for my own. And we've seen that happen. Where women have ended up having to pay for their own meals. We've seen that. But I'm with everybody else. I'm cool with going Dutch. I'm cool with that. I'm not going in expecting you to pay for my meal. Because some of y'all may flip, some of these men flip out in the middle of a date and will get up and leave you stuck with the bill. I'm only paying for what I ate. So let's go and separate this bill. You know, that's how I look at it. But again, that needs to be determined prior to the date. Communication is key. Going back to the lady, the Cheesecake Factory lady, and I forgot to post her response because she did respond. Because she did receive a lot of backlash for the video. And let me just say this. She did that and said a whole bunch of nothing. Okay? It was a waste of time. Like, girl, you could have saved that. So Nutty P says, Mom's always said, is the way you begin spending money on a woman is the way that you have to continue. So pick the woman you want wisely. I said that earlier. You just reaffirmed everything that I just said. Like, you literally just reaffirmed that because I just said that. Because if that's how you're going to start, you got to keep that up. And if you can't keep it up, guess what? She out the door. She's out the door, baby. She's not staying. She's leaving. Sydney says, because I need them to see how I treat myself. Absolutely. And that's you have the qualifications. Because you are okay with the reciprocity. You're okay with giving as long as you're getting. You get what I'm saying? And it's a mutual thing. So I agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you on that. If you can't, don't lead with what you're not, don't lead with something you're not willing to keep up. Period. Don't start off that way. But again, I'm not telling you women, however you are, baby, whatever your ex, baby, you do you. But I'm only speaking for me and the other women that I surround myself with. We're women over here. We don't go into these dates with expectations. It is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, if I like you, you like me, and we hit it off on the first date, there could be date number 2. But again, we're still in that phase getting to know each other. So I'm not expecting you to, I don't come in with these expectations. Now, as we progress, if we see that it's going towards a relationship, then yeah. But it's common sense and common courtesy. I want respect and I want honesty. Whether we're dating, getting to know each other, that's what I want. And that's not too hard. I'm asking for simple stuff, simple and plain. I don't want you to go over the top for me because I'm not an over the top person. So Sydney says, I was raised the way you treat yourself teaches others how to treat you. Bingo. Man, y'all been hitting tonight. Like, I'm so glad I had this comment. Like, y'all really been hitting tonight. Like, y'all really been hitting the nail on the head tonight with this. Because again, this first date, y'all expectate, man. Y'all just do too much for a first date. It's just entirely too much for a first date. Again, I'm not telling you women or your men what to do on first dates, but I'm just telling you for me what I'm not gonna do. And what I want and what I don't want. Respect, communication. I'm not asking for much for a first date. But now if it gets to a point where, hey, we're on date number 3, number 4, number 10, and we're deciding, hey, we want to go ahead and we want to progress this. We see ourselves maybe heading into a relationship. Yeah. But I'm gonna make sure that I can fulfill my womanly duties when it comes to this. Because if I have expectations for you, I know you have expectations for me. Do you qualify for those? So a lot of you women need to ask yourself, before you come out with a list of expectations, are you yourself qualified? A lot of that X's a lot of y'all out on the cool. Cause again, baby, let me pull this list back up one more time because we getting ready to roll into the final thoughts for the night. I go back, let me pull this back up. This list. First off, again, number 2 eliminates a lot of y'all because half of y'all don't know how to listen. Can you be his peace? Can you be his best friend? Give him space. So when you come into a relationship with a list of expectations, you need to first ask yourself, do you even meet the qualifications of everything that you're requiring of a man? That's the $1 million question. I'm not asking y'all to answer that right now, but just think about it. Before you sit down and you have this list of expectations, you need to first ask yourself, do you even meet the qualifications of everything that you're requiring of a man? And I'm going to wrap it up with that one. 'Cause baby, some of y'all tickle me. I laugh at some of y'all. Some of y'all, I scroll through some of y'all posts and I just be so tickled. Because some of y'all I know in real life and be like, girl, you don't even qualify. You need to take that list down because you don't even qualify. You don't even have the qualifications for what you're asking for. But I just mind my business and just keep on scrolling and let everyone live in a little fairy tale la la land. That's all I do. That's all I do. So we're going into the final thoughts as we wrap up for the night. As we wrap up another beautiful episode of Black Girl Interrupted. So stop expecting things out of a man that you're not willing to give. I'm not saying your expectations shouldn't be there, but do you qualify for it? Stop equating how a person feels about you to monetary. Stop it. Stop saying, oh, he spent $500 on me. Oh, he really likes me. Not really. I didn't think there was a price on that. I didn't believe that there was a price on respect. Because respect costs $0. But we need to do better, men and women. Us women, we come out with some of these far-fetched expectations that we really truly don't even qualify for. Men, same with you. A lot of men have expectations too. Do you even qualify for that, sir? Do you qualify for everything that you're asking for? Those are 2 questions that we need to ask ourselves, men and women. Do we have the qualifications? Do we? To me, I don't think it really matters where a man takes you on a first date. As long as it's not to his house, as it's not to my house, as long as I'm not meeting your family members and it's somewhere that doesn't require a long drive. But the rest of the list I could get with. Like I said, I don't really particularly care for Chipotle, but hey, I'll go. But again, that needs to be established before the date on where you guys are going to go eat at. That's first and foremost. Communication is everything. Communicate with the person you're trying to get to know. Some of y'all don't even know how to do that. And again, with regards to the Cheesecake Factory lady, girl, you tried it. You really tried it. And embarrassed yourself. You really embarrassed yourself, young lady. But hey, again, to each his own. That entitlement in 2023 is real. I don't know what to say about this new generation. And that's it. So our upcoming episodes for next week, next Tuesday, I'm doing mental health again. But this time, I'm creating a safe space for men. And I'm also going to address the Young Jeezy video that has now gone viral with him and Nia Long. There are some comments in there I want to address. But I'll see y'all next Tuesday. Same time, same place. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, comment. You can follow Black Girl Interrupted. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Y'all know where I'm at. You want to catch it all the live? You can catch me live on Facebook. You can catch me live on YouTube. You want to catch any other replays and you like the audio? Anywhere you listen to streaming platforms, y'all see I got some of them in the background. Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. I'm on Google Music. I'm on Apple Music. Apple Podcasts. I'm sorry, y'all. I am on Amazon Music. Black Girl Interrupted is pretty much everywhere. You know, I'm really trying to make some moves and I'm loving where it's going. But look out for some of the bigger things that are coming in 2024. I can't wait until I solidify those before I tell y'all. So on that note, Sydney and say, I love you, my girl. I love you too, my baby. I promise I do. I love you. I miss you. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank y'all for the beautiful interaction. Thank you for all the gems that y'all dropped tonight and showing what real women truly look like. And on that note, happy Wednesday. It is hump day. I hope everyone continues to stay safe, stay blessed, enjoy their weekend, baby. And be careful, y'all. It's supposed to rain this weekend. We got some cool air coming through. And for anyone that is going to the Honeyland Festival, y'all might want to look into that because there's been some hot piping tea surrounding that about some acts that are not really truly gonna be there, but I don't know. Look it up. But I love y'all. Again, happy Wednesday. God bless y'all. I pray for your mental. I pray that next week when we reconvene for another episode, I pray that y'all are in a better mental space. And I pray that you're somewhat or halfway through your storm, but just know you're in your winning season and don't ever give up. I love y'all.